This has just been weighing on my, I guess, my mind. I've been trying to avoid talking about this because I was like kind of fearing that it might trigger me. Okay, and welcome everybody. And so I was just like, let me see what it's about. So I don't know. I just been watching a little bit of videos on YouTube about this so-called Carbon Nation and Nature Boy, and so I got some tea to share with y'all. Okay, so what I'm going to do is share my screen really quick. I have been reading a few articles about what they believe in. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys a little background about who this person is. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you hit that like button. I'm going to give y'all some education on this. This is my first time basically but actually researching about this group. Okay. And as you guys know, I was in a cult myself. It was a Black Hebrew Israelite cult. And so it sounds like this group, and they use religion as well. So it sounds like it's a religious cult. And it sounds like it's a sex cult from what I'm hearing from one of the survivors of Carbon Nation. I believe her name is Velvet, who had an actual baby by this man. Okay. So this guy is a grown ass man. He is 38 years old. Okay, he's older than me. 38 years old. The women that I'm seeing that are recruited in this group or that's attracted to this person are women who may have seen videos online. And I know he has a YouTube channel. I actually seen a few of his videos a few years back, but I never thought that he was in a cult. I just knew that his name was Nature Boy and he was a spiritual type of person. He believed in all these different type of things. Once he started saying a bunch of different weird shit that I couldn't vibe with, I unsubscribed from him and I never returned. So now I'm hearing and seeing that more people are talking about him and talking about this alleged cult called Carbon Nation. And so I wanted to dive into it and just give you guys a few pointers on what I think it is. From the little information that I got so far, because I could spot it because of my experience. So I can definitely relate to the woman who was telling her experience. And welcome everyone. The leader of cult Carbon Nation busted for breaking quarantine in Hawaii, June 12th, 2020. There he is right there. His nickname is Nature Boy, but it looks like his name is Eligio, and he gave himself a nickname, I guess, Nature Boy. And I read some articles where he referred to himself as God with the capital G as well. The leader of a polygamous cult called Carbon Nation, which believes in nudism, refraining from bathing, and defecating on trees. The cult that I was in, we didn't do nothing like that. This cult, it looks like it's based on nature. It's based on being in the outdoors. It's based on what his preference is, because I heard him say in an interview that he always loved nature. So this is his preference. This is something he made up. This is a group that he made up, and he's making up his own doctrine, and people are attracted to it for whatever reason. You might think he's attractive, and that could be a reason why you're easily manipulated, and that could be a reason why most of his followers may be women. There was some stories that he had some intercourse with men. I'm not sure how true that is. That's alleged, but these are stories I'm hearing that they're basically doing and having. He got a bunch of online followers, and then, you know, I guess there's a handful or a couple handful of people who follow him and congregate with him in person. So he gets most of his exposure. And this is just me. I'm just reading him, not even knowing who he is. I'm just basing this off of my experience. The cult that I was in, they mostly got their exposure from the internet. They got their exposure from making YouTube videos. They had great editing skills, great sound, great equipment. They had professional people doing the job. So they made everything look good, sound good. And that's what attracted people to watch the video. And that's what influenced them to keep watching until you start to believe in what they believe in. And then you suddenly find yourself wanting to join a group that you have no idea about, but you just influenced by online videos and whatever mental space you're in at that time. So that's what he's doing. From what I'm gathering from him, he gets most of his popularity online. That's how he got big, online. It's easy to build a following online. And it looks like that's what he did. He built his cult following online. It may not have started that way, but maybe he changed it into that. He was loving the attention, and people wanted to believe in what he believed in and live how he lived, thinking that he had maybe the key to some type of unknown knowledge. I don't know. Subscribe, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't, because there's people missing this right now, and they gonna just have to watch later when I'm not live. From what I'm getting is that's what he used. He used online videos, online kind of like marketing strategies. This is the NewYorkPost.com, and make sure you hit the like button, you guys. The leader of a polygamist. So polygamy is basically believing in more than one wife. For anybody who don't know what that is, the leader of a polygamist cult called Carbon Nation, which believes in nudism. So they believe in being naked. I guess that's natural to them, being naked. My question is everybody naked? Is men and women walking around? And what is the purpose of being naked other than sexual arousal? Because what are you doing? I can almost guarantee after you're naked, you will be engaging in sexual intercourse, because there's no way you can just be naked walking around and around all these men and all these women. That's not good. That's too much already. Okay, so I want to know more details about that. If you guys know anything about this or what you've heard, make sure you put it in the comments below, or if you have any more details from the cult 777@gmail.com. Okay, so it says the leader of a polygamous cult called Carbon Nation, which believes in nudism, refraining from bathing, so they don't take baths. How awful can you imagine they smell? How awful. I can't even stand not taking a shower for one day. And then wherever they are, what climate they are, it could be a lot of humidity, it could be hot. From what I saw, are they living in tents? Like, what are they living in? Are they completely just living in nature, building their own freaking houses in nature and living in tents? I gotta have more information. So I'm still researching, so bear with me, you guys. If you have any information, just put it down below, okay? Basically, the reason he's on the New York Post is because he went to Hawaii with 21 other people, men and women. He went to Hawaii and he did not follow the quarantine laws. So him and those 21 people were arrested. Okay. So that could be a form of mistreatment. You know what I mean? That could be a form of abuse. That's neglect, especially if children are not bathing and children are not getting their antibiotics, or, because I heard that they don't believe in going to the doctor or something like that. And that's what the cult that I was in, they didn't believe in the white man and this and da. Okay. I'm gonna find out more information. Watch. So he was busted, and they believe in defecating on trees. So they're on trees, haven't taken baths, don't have no hygiene at all, not washing their hair, not washing their body parts. I just got to keep it 100% real with y'all, so you can see the seriousness of this. They're on trees. This is what they believe in. On trees, not taking baths, not washing their face, not washing between their legs, not washing between their ass, nothing, not brushing their teeth. More than likely, if they're not bathing, they're not brushing their teeth. Nudism, believe in being naked. So they were busted in Hawaii for violating the state's quarantine order, according to a news report. Elijah, who refers to himself as God with a capital G, and Nature Boy, was among 21 people arrested Wednesday and Thursday in Puna, the Hawaiian Tribune Herald reported. The group, which reportedly includes other members of Carbon Nation, is accused of violating Hawaii's 14-day travel quarantine order. It's my understanding that most of them flew in on June 7th or 8th, and this happened last year. I don't believe 100% confirmation on all of them. Police Lieutenant Rio Amon Wilkins said, "We don't have all the records from the proper authorities to document. Mainland incoming passengers were working on that. Bishop, 38. So Nature Boy is 38 years old. He's a grown ass man. He's almost 40 years old. And this is the type of behavior that he's portraying to the world. 38 years old with those young girls that I'm hearing 18, 19, 20, 21, early 20s, not even brain haven't fully developed yet, don't know who they are. These are the type of women that's getting sucked into this alleged cult. So basically they went on a vacation to Hawaii back in 2020 and they did not follow quarantine laws in Hawaii, which is to quarantine for 14 days if you're coming from another state. So they were all arrested, all 21 of them who don't shower, don't bathe, don't shampoo, they all arrested, right? So now they all got a record. Every single last one of them fools got a record because they want to be following this fool and what he believe in. Okay, so it says Bishop, 38, who is Nature Boy, allegedly makes his followers hand over their money, credit cards, bank accounts, and PIN numbers before worshiping. Those are red flags at the red flags at the red flag. No one should have your personal identifying information but you. No one should have that. You should never hand that over to anybody. You could really be, and nobody will have any identification on who you are. So why would you do that? But we're gonna get to that because this is a cult. This is a cult. Because that's what happened to me. They make you give your personal information, your real name, where you work. In case you try to go against them, they could dox you. And that's what they do. Bishop, 38, allegedly makes his followers hand over their money, credit cards, bank accounts, and PIN numbers. So we never had to hand over any credit cards. I wish somebody would. Money, yeah, right. So none of that happened in the cult that I was in. But they did swindle us with the money in different ways. So they're giving up money, credit cards, bank accounts, PIN numbers before worshiping. And what are you worshiping? The sun, the moon, the sky. So you're sun worshiping, you're worshiping nature. Is that what you're doing? Are you worshiping nature, inanimate objects? The bushes, the trees, the grass. Okay. The Costa Rica Star reported in December the cult practices nudism and polygamy and doesn't believe in bathing. You believe in being naked, not covered, men and women walking around naked, and then you having sex with all these women and you believe in having more than one wife, but really you believe in having sex with more than one woman. The Costa Rica Star reported in December the cult practices nudism and polygamy and doesn't believe in bathing. Do as thy will, right, Nature Boy? Do as thy will. That's what that is. The cult practices nudism and polygamy and doesn't believe in bathing. It also promotes a vegan diet. On top of that, you don't got energy because you having a vegan diet, probably can't maintain a proper weight. How are those babies being properly nurtured? Because babies need all type of nutrients, and meat has certain nutrients that vegan food and vegetables don't have, that our bodies need. So you're just all over the place, not taking a bath, having sex with whoever you want, men and women, walking around naked. I'm just trying to paint the picture so y'all can see. I know we on the internet and you can't smell, but I'm telling you right now, they do not believe in bathing. So imagine that. They're sitting there funky as hell on that Bigo Live. Who knows when the last time they took a bath at all? And that can have serious health effect, especially on children. If children is there with them, I feel the most bad for them. It's some infections going on in that mother. He and other members of Carbon Nation were arrested and booted out of Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and Panama in December after they were deemed a threat to national security. Wow. More than likely, if this is a cult like I'm thinking it is, they use race as a fear mechanism. So they'll probably say, oh, the white man is in charge of the news. The white man controls the media. So all the news that come out about us is all bad. So don't listen. It's going to be negative because that's the white man and they the devil. No matter what cult, what group you go in, especially if it's a black one, they're going to always say the white man is the devil. And this is how they use and manipulate you. Whatever he was going through before he started behaving this way and turned into nature boy, it's something up here mentally. You never know with these he has a history, a criminal record. Most of these cult leaders do. They have criminal records, and now they're living alternative lifestyles and trying to hide behind religion and spirituality so they could continue doing they legally without being noticed, without being bothered. That's what this is. You want to live in your lust. No. And y'all need to start looking past looks and into a person's character. So those looks don't mean a goddamn thing, because you're not using it for nothing good. You're using it to manipulate people, to manipulate women. You're using your age and your wisdom to psych out these young girls and young men who don't know what the path they want to go on, who's lost in the world, probably not listening to their mom or have mother issues, father issues, issues at home, issues within themselves. It has to be a reason why these women and men are attracted to what he believes in. See, this is his personal lust. That's what this is. And he turned it into a cult and he made it into a type of spiritual thing. No, this is his personal lust, and this is something he created. And these people are attracted to it for whatever reason, and they're following it. Okay, so let me finish reading this. So they're shitting on trees. They're vegan. They don't take showers. They don't believe in baths. They believe in polygamy. So you got women already. That's a cat fight right there, because I don't care what a woman say out of her mouth. You do not want to share your man. I don't give a damn what tricks you want to put on these men and try to act like you a man, but you not no goddamn man. And you will be hurt seeing your man with another woman in front of you and talk about, well, this is my wife too. This is my second wife. This is my third wife. This is my fourth wife. I don't think so. Are you that? You can't be that desperate to be married or experience that you will stoop down and dumb yourself down and listen to a fool tell you something that you know deep inside your heart ain't true. Because there's plenty of red flags that you women ignored and you men ignored, because I ignored a lot of red flags on my way in the cult that I had joined. But you're not to blame. It's a learning lesson, and now people are finding out about it, and that's the important thing. Okay, it's not going back, because they will use mind games on you to pull you back there. And since that may be all you know, maybe the first group you joined, maybe the first time you left home, you have some type of connection, some type of spiritual connection or whatever to that lifestyle and whatever. So it is a hard process leaving, because people will guilt trip you to come back. He and other members of the Carbon Nation were arrested and booted out of Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and Panama in December after they were deemed a threat to national security. Wow. Some of the 15 members, I hope I don't get flagged for that. Some of the 15 members arrested told authorities they were people of faith. This is the cover up. It's kind of like a undercover cop. They have regular clothes on so that you don't know they're a cop. This is what they do. They hide their lust behind religion. This is my religion. This is what I believe in. This is freedom of speech. They hide all the filth and disgust behind that, because it's so hard to sue somebody when it's based on religion and what you believe in, especially if you were a member of that group. It's so hard to prove stuff. You got to have hard evidence, text messages, phone, like you got to have hard evidence to convict somebody of whatever. Okay. And then you will be questioned on what you did and why you joined and what foul or illegal things that you committed in that group. Some of the 15 members arrested told authorities they were people of faith who have voluntarily renounced their biological families. Yeah, this is a cult, because they will tell you to cut off your mom, your dad, your brother, your child, if they don't believe in what you believe in. And you don't have that much intelligence or spiritual wisdom, or you're just new into whatever you believe in, you will fall for it. You will more than likely fall for it. They'll say that those people are devils, demons, trying to lead you astray, trying to make you go back to that worldly lifestyle. They'll say that they're not chosen, but you are. So you got to choose between life and death. It's fear tactics that they use to keep you basically worshiping the group. Let's see. So they voluntarily renounced their biological families to join the family of God, Elijah. That's scary. That's blasphemy, calling yourself God. That's what the cult that I was in, they called themselves gods too. They said that the men are gods, but the women are not goddesses, because the women are under the men. So we're just whatever. basically like second class citizens, like under the man. You feel me? They always go back to that damn Eve story for their verbal, physical. They use the Eve story to justify a lot of these cults do that. So basically it's religious. They initially, they disowned their families, disowned the mama that had them. And one ex-cult member, she actually, her mother, she was a part of this cult. She murdered her mother. Her mom was only in her 30s. Nothing different. It's nothing new under the sun. They play with your mind. They play with religion. Religion itself is a game. This is used to control you. There's no bondage with spirituality. You shouldn't feel like you're locked up, like you're a prisoner, like you're a slave. That's how you know it's a goddamn cult. You shouldn't feel locked down. You shouldn't feel like you're doing something wrong. They were initially not allowed to board a flight because of, quote, overwhelmingly bad body odor, according to the Costa Rica Star. Cleanliness is next to godliness, so you are not no God. You're not clean. God is about law and order. So basically they were not allowed initially to board a flight because of their overwhelmingly bad body odor. That's a damn shame. Yeah, make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Carbon Nation leader Elijah Nature Boy Bishop with one of his partners, Velvet Marquez. So she got suckered into it. She got played. She got manipulated. And this is one of the women he had a baby with. So that's unfortunate. Not the child's fault, of course. But you still got that shadow kind of lingering over you because that is the baby's father. So you can't run away from him. That's his baby too. No matter what you disagree with or what he did or whatever, it's still his baby. That's on a whole nother level now. You was deep in that mother. That's what that means. Carbon Nation's YouTube channel, which has nearly 85,000 subscribers, features a video on the purpose of life, honoring God's creation, and a 2.5 lesson titled Technologies of the Body with master teacher Nature Boy. Wow. Bishop makes a living by making music videos and self-help tape. What are you helping? What are you helping? Helping people be recruited into Carbon Nation. That's basically what I'm seeing. Oh, so you don't believe in loyalty. You're greedy. You're probably addicted to sex. You were a stripper. We're gonna get into that. People's past seem to linger with them in the future if they don't correct it. This is what he been believed in. He been having sex with all these women. He just made it into a cult. He wanted to be worshipped. So he makes a living by making music videos and self-help tapes, according to the Costa Rica Star. The Carbon Nation YouTube channel urges donations via Cashapp. In 2017, he came under scrutiny after a woman from Newfoundland, Kayla Reed, joined the cult. CBC News reported, "I've made myself clear that nothing is going on with Kayla. Nothing is wrong with Kayla," Bishop told CBC News at the time. Kayla is just fine. Why isn't she speaking for herself? Y'all got to ask these questions. Why isn't Kayla speaking for herself? Why are you speaking for her? The report said Bishop had previous addresses in Atlanta and New Jersey and has worked as a model, stripper, prostitute, and barber. I'm just gonna let that one soak in real quick. This is his mind, okay? He was a model. He worked as a model, a stripper, and a barber. A model, a stripper, and a barber. This is Nature Boy's path. A model, a stripper, and that's why his behavior continued in this group. That's why he holded such a high value. He is addicted to sex, in my opinion. He's addicted to it. If you were a prostitute, a worker, a stripper, and you still doing this, I'm reading from the New York Post. So this Kayla girl left her family in 2017 and joined Carbon Nation. I could almost bet that she's seen a video on the internet. These young folks are going to be the ones getting sucked into this the most, and some older people too. But these young folks in their early 20s, late teens, just starting life out, not knowing what the fuck they doing, they going to run into shit like this. because I was one of those people. Basically, Kayla wasn't speaking to her family. She cut them off, and Nature Boy was speaking for her. 38-year-old Nature Boy was speaking for a white woman who joined his cult, and her family was looking for her. So he said, I've made myself clear that nothing is going on with Kayla. Nothing is wrong with Kayla, Bishop told CBC News. So CBC News investigated this. This is how serious this is. This is how serious this is. You got news reporters investigating this. That's sad. And this is how these girls come up missing. And these young boys too. The report said Bishop had previous addresses in Atlanta and New Jersey and has worked as a model, a stripper, a prostitute, and a barber. What a resume. His rap sheet includes arrests for forcible entry in Georgia in 2009 and theft and aggravated battery in 2011. So he likes hitting people. It's do as thy wilt. That's what this is. It's very satanic. It's do as thy will. You don't like law. You don't like order. You don't like following directions. You don't like living a normal life. And since it's on the internet and people can't smell you, I bet if people seen and smelled your ass in real life, but since they don't value women, that means they value men. Okay, so you got to question that too. So why have a baby? Why have all these wives if you don't value women? You may as well just have carbonation full of men then if you can't stand women, if they're so beneath you. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And then the alleged sacrifices that Velvet said that, and Velvet is one of the ex-partners of Nature Boy. She said that he started asking her to do things that she wasn't comfortable with, and that was opposite of her spirit. And she said in a video that I saw on YouTube that he said that he thought it was best to sacrifice her and their child so that he could get something better. So he was about to do 2 blood sacrifices, aka this is what came out her mouth. She said he's told her in front of like the whole Carbon Nation that he believes that she and their baby should be sacrificed so that he could get something better, something more fitting for him. So that's some scary shit. That's some scary shit. But I bet you he has some philosophical reason as to why he believes in each and every one of these things. So to us, it might seem weird and disgusting, but to people who he have already brainwashed and influenced with his spirituality and nature shit, they may see the philosophy behind everything that they do because he has influenced them and brainwashed them to believe that, because that's what he believes. So he probably put some spiritual, philosophical, made up reason behind nudity, behind shitting on trees, behind all this stuff to make it make sense for them. And some of them find out later and some of them don't. I'm going to keep on digging on this. From me just hearing about it and from the seriousness of this, I believe it definitely is a cult, and I believe it's deeper than we think it is, that maybe even Velvet and the rest of those women don't want to say. If you guys have any information, any additional information you want to add, please put it below in the comment section below, or go ahead and email me at talesfromthecult777@gmail.com. Make sure you subscribe to Tales from the Cult 1, which is just called Tales from the Cult, Tales from the Cult 2, and Tales from the Cult 3. Make sure you hit the bell, click all notifications so you don't miss the next video. If you want to join as a member, it's only $4.99 per month. You can cancel at any time. It's no obligation, no commitment. The join button will be next to the subscribe button. You're going to be recognized. You're going to get the exclusive photos and the exclusive receipts on my members only posts. It's exclusive member only videos, and you're going to see the videos early before anybody else, 24 hours in advance. So consider it. It's a lot of videos I have for members only. I got 2 pages full of different videos, so check it out. With that being said, also go ahead and check out diamondvixen.com. Thank you for being here, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.